Alright. Timestamp November 12th, 2025. It's about 8 p.m. I got a couple pups to walk. All day. I've been working. Barrel. Hopefully. I think I got it worked out. Yeah, we're gonna go. They stand in front of me, kind of blocking. But can't walk through you. My fan of Kitty Pryde don't have her power group. Oh man, been working in the garage all day. Yeah, it's true. I've been cleaning and putting things in boxes to make them go away. Sounds a lot, cooler and more manly when I put it the other way. Ooh. All right. Note to self. Ramming furniture dolly with elbow is painful. I did not enjoy that. Okay, you guys do what you're doing over there. That's fine. Not watching. It's in the high 40s. Yep. Right at the verge of not able to do this in a tank top. Florida hasn't thinned me that much. Mind you, my wife, who I think it's been pretty clear I adore, she would be in long sleeves of some sort. Come on. There you go. There you go. But I married a Florida girl. Yeah, we're outside. I'm gonna make sure the fire doesn't get out of control. You go run, play. Please don't eat dirt. I'm gonna keep the phone away from the open flames. It's a Samsung. There's a reputation there. Got some chicken in the oven right now. I already turned it off so that it wouldn't burn. I was letting it marinate. I marinated it for like 2 days in a sweet and sour sauce. Then I put the chicken in the pan, and then I took a bag of broccoli and a bag of California blend, which broccoli cauliflower, or white broccoli as my kids call it. Okay. And carrots. Shook it up in there real good, dumped it in the pan next to it, next to the chicken. 3 giant leg quarters should be pretty good. No, I'm not going to eat all of it. In fact, I had a leg quarter a couple hours ago from the teriyaki mix that I made. So, basically bake that for later. Because if I tried to eat that, even one leg quarter, I would explode. I already feel like I went too far with what I did. I'll feel bloated. In a good way, though. When you eat a whole lot of really good food and you're like, oh, I'm paying for it, but worth it. Hey, Scrappy. No, I'm not doing part of the Addams family. That's more... It's a rhythm to don't look at me like that. Yeah, I like to make sure I'm not setting the backyard on fire before I go back inside. It's a petty concern of mine. And I recognize that, but, I've just got my little ways about me. Got in a few packages today. A couple of them were my girls. Already disseminated those. Actually, it's not totally true. I've got one that's... I was telling you the other day that she's like huge into Monster High. I got a lot that has some like clothes and furniture and whatnot. Real mixed lot. Good sized. Paid like $25 for it. That I have waiting for her to open when she gets here tomorrow. She was supposed to come today, but Alex had some medical stuff that just kind of ran long. If you're a mom or a dad, or I guess even a kid, you might know how that could be. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind if you're smoldering and smoking, but open flame, I want to go inside. Feeling pretty good about that. Let's see if I can get it in there. I think I can. Maybe I can't. How about that? I don't think it's working worth a damn, actually. I'll know in the playback. Yeah, it's mostly just a big black maw with like little orange stripes from bits of paper that are still emberish. It's probably not a word. Scrappy, don't do that. Scrappy likes running in front of you, like playing chicken with you. Honestly, son, it's a good way to get kicked. I don't have Kitty Pryde's power group, but I got a little juggernaut in me, so... Comes with being built the way that I am. Not cold, but... I'm wearing a tank top, so... Alright, scraps. He'll catch up. Been a little congested all day. Thank you. I think we know what congestion means. There you go. Still got them all. Put in the shirt first. Check on the chicken. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah, that'll work. Get some fresh coffee. Just a little bit in the back of the throat. Enough to be unpleasant. We were doing some more of the Dunkin' Donuts. Caramel Me Crazy. I already killed a pot of Harry and David breakfast blend earlier today. I've been up. I think I got up around 4 a.m. But you know, my schedule's kind of my own. Which is liberating. I hear a Taylor. I'm coming. You know, when I was a kid, when the teacher started heading away from the teacher table and back towards the main building, that meant recess was over and you get the hell in line. So, you complaining to me? Hey, Scrap, let him through. Don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk. Scrappy was playing goalie, not letting Tanner into the building proper. That is not okay. Yeah. We got probably another 10 banker boxes to the workshop, and disseminated some more stuff from the pile in the garage, trying to make it to where there are piles of debris in the garage, I can set up my pink totes and my purple latch tops and have that be kind of my storage area, which frees up everything in here. Where Janus's crate is currently is going to be where a lot of the eBay staging is going to be, and or the empty totes and whatnot, empty banker boxes. Kind of like a shipping station-ish sort of thing with, at least for the moment, the various things that I personally have up on eBay that are here in-house here. Because my girl's got 2/3 of what I've got listed at George still, and then I'm adding to my listings and whatnot. Sold another, I sold a DC figures lot, which has been up for like 2 years. But the thing is, when you're listing things on a regular basis, which now I am, and I hadn't been really for a while, it puts you at the head of the algorithm. So all of your listings get better exposure. So I've got stuff that may not have been looked at really by people for quite a while, that now will be getting pushed forward because I'm listing something. So eBay goes, oh, you're actively doing something, we're going to help you advertise. That's kind of how it works. I gotta blow it. Hold on. Gotta get gross for a minute. I'm gonna step out of camera for this. No one needs to see this. No one. I'm okay. All better. Yes. I'm very excited about this lot. I got a pretty decent price on it. And one of the items isn't hard to come by, but it was a listing of 2 figures. And it was almost like I got that figure for free. And still got the first figure cheaper than I normally would have. So, got a Jadoon Trooper, which I think I got one with the helmet on the other day, and I showed you guys. Not sure if I showed you one. This is technically a Dragoon Commander, I think is what they call him. These guys, if you don't watch Doctor Who, they're pretty much a race of like mercenary hunters, like bounty hunters and whatnot. And yeah, they basically look like rhino men, and they're fabulous. Looks like his real gun too. Pew pew. I've seen sometimes with these figures they'll do like a 3D print, and I expect I've been fooled before. It doesn't bother me so much because I'm not trying to resell as this is authentic. But sometimes they look pretty crappy. So, cool. From an army building standpoint, another Dragoon. Or Jadoon. Sorry, Jadoon. I'm starting to get tired. Now this is what made me bid on said item. That is a Sea Devil. First seen in, I want to say, the Jon Pertwee episode entitled The Sea Devils. Pretty creative, right? It's a good episode, though. It's Jon Pertwee with Katie Manning, Joe Grant. The Masters involved. Roger Delgado. And I can't talk today. I was on the phone with my girl earlier and I was just like, blah, blah, blah. I did not just have a stroke, I promise. Ooh, you probably normally come with an accessory of some sort. So it looks like a belt pouch of some sort. There's nothing in it. I wonder if you normally come with one of your pew-pews. They have their pew-pew, it looks like a little radar dish almost with a handle. And that's a round, like semicircular pouch. I wonder if it's supposed to, I bet you do. You've been disarmed. That's okay. This is another one that I would love to get several of. He looks fantastic. Look at that face. Look at that face. Yeah, but these are, I think I paid like $35 for the pair. And a Jadoon commander is usually $20 to $30. These guys, and I think there's somebody on there that has like a 3-pack for $80 that I might grab. I hate paying more than $20 a figure for anything, but because these guys by themselves, I've been seeing them from anywhere from 30 to 50. And the 3-pack, again, doing army building, that would give me 4. That's a good start. You look fantastic. As figures go, oh my god, you look great. And yeah, they do have these weird skirt things. It's just, yeah. When did this, episode-wise, it would have come out in 71, 72, somewhere in there, I think. So it's very obviously rubber suit kind of material, rubber monster of the week kind of thing. But they look pretty good. And this is another reason why, with the whole coming up war between the land and the sea, I'm a little concerned as far as the design of the creatures. Because I think they were talking about having Sea Devils and Silurians and things of that nature. I personally love, and there'd be a way to make it more modern and make it work. The original Sea Devil design, though, really cool. The original Silurian design, not so much. The modern one that we saw like during, I think, Tennant and/or Matt Smith, very cool. Reptilian. I know I got one in the other day, and I think I showed you guys. Those guys those Sea Devils next to those Silurians, there's no mixing them up. You know what I mean? And they both have a really unique, wonderful look, I think. I don't know. Okay, this next one. I'm either going to be really happy or really sad. I'm not sure. Maybe in the middle. Um, oh yeah. One of my newer Taz mugs. I've had it for a little while. I just hadn't pulled it out. It's going through the cabinet because I've been getting new mugs, and I'm like, ooh, let me try this one out. And it works just fine. I normally like mugs that are like fatter based to make sure they don't tip, but that's just the right size to not be scary. And I'm not normally the one that knocks over drinks. I'm just used to being around other people that knock things over. Mainly my wife and Tiny. Tiny unfortunately got that piece of the gene pool where, yeah. I mean, gravity's not always my friend either, but sometimes they're at war. So what I'm not sure about here is scale. Because I don't think, exactly, I don't think these are character options. I think they're Eaglemoss. Eaglemoss did a bunch of statues and things of that nature, resins, things like that. And if they are, they may be smaller than the figures. As far as like scale. I'm not sure. I think they're smaller. Unless I'm completely wrong. Oh my god, they're a lot smaller. Oh, they look fabulous, but they're small. Are these Eaglemoss? Why do you have a battery pack? I want to know why you have battery. Oh, okay. See, there's a battery underneath. It's like 3-button batteries, which I may have. I picked up a bunch of like multi-packs of button batteries a while back. LR932. I want to say it's a fairly common one. I probably do have it. You look great, but... Okay, so a dialect would normally be as tall as a normal... I say normal, but the 5.5s that I get. So that you can tell the scale. They're way smaller. Got a Star Wars figure here. Excuse me. They're even small for Star Wars scale, 3 3/4. Oh, this is the other one. Do you have battery too? What are you? You do not have battery. You have wheels. You do have head that turns. And all your stuff pretty much moves. Because it doesn't say Dapol. Dapol, D-A-P-O-L. They're the company that does the 4-inch figures. And yes, I think this would be too small even for that. But it's just kind of one of those, maybe you're from that manufacturer run? And I could do the 4-inch, but I love the detail on the 5.5s. The 4-inch, some of them, this is going to sound really disrespectful because I am actually a fan of the old Kenners, but some of them have about as much detail as the old Kenners, which, comparing that to the 5.5 inch, I already know that we can do better than the 4-inch because I've seen it with the 5.5s. If it was the only toy on the block, I'd have those instead. But the 5.5s just look so good. They're just such good looking figures. And I am very picky about my toys, in case you haven't figured. I got a gold one of these in another mixed lot the other day. And I was trying to figure out what the hell it was. So, hey, on the bright side, you've got a buddy. Just curious. And I think this is supposed to be like an Emperor Dialect or something like that. You look amazing. I was really hoping this was a 5.5. But again, they had no ruler, no quarter, nothing there that would give me scale. I didn't pay a lot for it. You really look good, but I don't know what you are. And you don't have wheels, you have this plate there. That was confusing to me too, because I could see the plastic plate that he's resting on, and I had no idea what was going on there. Where be you be? No, that's not it. Sorry, I said, no, that's not it. And I had the urge to say, get me the Hydra Spanner, but that's because I'm a really special dork. I'm going to have to get with Tiny tomorrow and see what was done with the batteries. It's like I got that TARDIS cookie jar, whatever, working. We've got button batteries here. I picked up 2 multi-packs when I was at Ollie's. They've got, not always, but frequently have packs with 50 different size button batteries, whatnot, for $20 or $10 or whatever. Now, I'm willing to bet the reason I was doing that is above the button you can see a whole bunch of little holes, and to me that says I'm a speaker, which makes me think that your button makes noise. You may even light up, because with a Dialect you've got all kinds of light possibilities. It's a theory. I feel good about it. It almost looks like it should move. I don't want to force it. I don't like when I accidentally break my own toys. It makes me sad. And that looks like it comes off too. I don't know. But that definitely looks like an activation. I mean, it's a button, So I'm willing to bet it says something poignant and important like exterminate. Maybe it makes the blaster sound effect. We used the Dialect blaster sound effect for the ray guns in Rocky. Captured the sound bite and used those. I think a couple people in the audience knew what it was, but I couldn't resist. It was just too good a pew pew sound, and at the same time it was an easy sound effect to find online and isolate. And it also gave just a little bit of a a little bit of a sound warning in the warm-up aspect of it, to where Xavier Riffraff could recoil accordingly to go along with the sound effect. It took some practice and choreography and going over it, so he knew, this one beat, 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 then this one, and then beat, beat, this one. You gotta, just like dance or music, you gotta kind of get the timing down because it was one solid string of sound. So know your beats. He did amazing. But yeah, we used dialect because why not? It was a very good pew pew sound effect. The antimatter laser. Alright, I've been reading science fiction a long time. I don't know exactly how that would work. I feel like we're talking about two completely different types of energy there, but, You look cool. As I've been told many times in my lifetime, you're kind of short. 5'7". I'm a giant in the Philippines, let me tell you. And honestly, I see eye to eye with the Japanese. Most. I'm still kind of a shrimp next to some of them, but frequently. You're really cool, but I don't even know what you are. I mean, I know you are, but... Doctor Who logo, 2009, licensed by BBC. That's interesting. It doesn't actually mention Terry Nation. Which, as we discussed in our last lecture series, Terry Nation was a writer for Doctor Who, and he created the Daleks. And most often, pretty much always, when BBC Doctor Who want to use dialects, they actually have to ask permission and license it, which is going to seem really silly because of what we've seen happen here in the States with like comic book characters and stuff, but his estate still owns the licensing rights to the dialect. So that is also why sometimes you see blackout periods in Doctor Who where, an entire Doctor will go by and there won't be a dialect episode. It's because either they said no, or they didn't want to go through the trouble of asking and just said we've got other monsters and creatures to work with. I don't think BBC has ever actually purchased it from the estate. I think that still is a thing. But frequently, dialect toys and images and things frequently will also list, they'll say BBC/Terry Nation, whatnot. So there's usually crediting on said things, which is curious to me. Yeah, I want to say this was called an Emperor dialect, which would make sense scaling wise too, because it's actually a little bit bigger than the gold one. You'll probably see that, but barely. Yeah. I don't think you're made for the 4-inch figures. Because I would think it would say Dapol. I don't know that I have any of the 4-inch figures, though. I have a feeling I'm going to accidentally get a couple over the next, year or two, but I won't be going out of my way to get them just because, unless it's something that I want to do with my other characters, but kind of sticking with 5.5s. But I'm gonna put them on top of the Zybots machine with some of their brethren for now. I'm gonna put my new Doctor Who figures away. You are so beautiful to me. Good articulation too. The standard character options, but the sculpt just looks so good. If you're a fan of the originals and whatnot, how good that looks. It's got duck feet. This looks really good. I'm very, very happy. I may have to get that 3-pack because now that I see how good they look and the price is really good on that, I may have to do that. And it's the only listing at that price that I've seen. They've all been 120, 140 for the 3-packs. Like I said, somebody's got one for like 70 or 80, which is still way more than I like paying per figure, but for what it is, damn, that's a good price. I'm going to get you some can here in a minute. Killed off a whole bunch of kibble today. I'm going to throw him a can of some cat food here in a sec. Change up his diet a little bit. You're going to be out of there real soon. Got like at least 2 bricks done today. Tomorrow my girl's supposed to come over. Today, but got some packages to drop off at the post office, which is a good problem to have. Probably go to Aldi. A couple grocery items that I know she's going to want to pick up, and there's a couple things that I can pick up. Maybe a Dollar Tree run, because there's some little stuff here and there that I want to get, and some dog treats and whatnot. Because these guys eat cookies. By the way. Oh, and I saw that some the Epstein estate released some emails. I have maintained for months now that much like when a show gets to Broadway, they send out a touring company as well, and there's 2 active shows going on. I maintain that Mar-a-Lago was Broadway and Maxwell was running around the country recruiting as well. I think they were both recruiting for that. What he said. And I've been saying that for a while. The whole Virginia Giuffre situation that he said he got mad because Epstein poached one of his employees. I think that was standard operating business down there. I think working in the spa and on the resort was, it's my theory, allegedly, but I think it was a hiring pool. And Jeff and Ghislaine would come along periodically and go, I like that one, and that one. You can keep the other ones working here. I'm going to take those 3, so you're going to need to hire 3 replacements. Let's see what you come up with this time. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to poach them, and we'll get them in the network. I absolutely think that was part of the arrangement. Am I wrong? I could be. But I think as more and more emails come out and more information, I think I'm right. I think I've been right. Which really makes you wonder about the whole suicide in the jail cell thing. Yep. And I do think that Clinton and some other Democratic high profile are probably going to get mentioned in the emails. I think there was an unspoken agreement between the two parties that no one should release this, because if this stuff gets released, because everybody's like, oh, why didn't Biden? I think it's been known for a while, the names that were in there, and because these are the powerful people, these are the people that are usually in the room where it happens. Because my cat, Hex, he's always got a runny nose. Because these are those guys, I think there was an unspoken agreement between everybody in power that these don't get out. It dies with Epstein. I think, to quote a line from Hamlet, they bleed on both sides. I think it's going to hurt both groups, and more than just those both groups. I think there's, the Prince Andrews of the world. We already know that's been going on. So, I think the Orange Menace wasn't just a customer. I think he was part of the business. Mar-a-Lago, man. You're working in, the sales pitch is easy, right? You're working in a billionaire's, number one resort. He's a TV guy, so if you're planning on getting into modeling or acting or something like that, you might get discovered. A lot of rich and powerful people come through there. You're already working for a guy that's on TV. Your chances are pretty good. We're not just talking about, a calendar deal. You might get, in a film. You might wind up in the next Tarantino film or a Spielberg or something like that. Who knows who's going to be through that club? It's a high-profile club owned by a billionaire who does TV. So yeah, you've got the prettiest of the pretty applying for work there. Great recruitment possibilities. And he's respectable, so no one would suspect that something like that was going on. It's perfect. Because these guys pretty much feel that they're untouchable. And to a degree, they're right. That whole, we have a two-tiered justice system in this country. There's a real lack of extremely wealthy white guys that are serving long prison sentences. It's a real short list. There's a million reasons for that. So, just my thoughts. Am I nuts? Yes, but that's not really the problem here. And I'm also not AI. So, but I am going to sign off. I've yapped long enough. Using a mom word there. Aha, gotcha. Yapped. Yeah. So, just my thoughts. I'm going to do some more stuff. I've had an eBay auction ending in a couple hours. Something for my girl that I want to see if I can get it, because the price is good right now. So I can't go to bed until that comes due, because I want to try and make sure I'm there in case I need to fight for it. That's okay, because I got more work I can do. Yeah. All right. Make it a great day.